Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Mahesya Surya Ramadan. I'm from science major and I'm a biotechnology student. Today, I want to share to you guys about my English journal assignment from our instructor, Miss Rifka. And bring applause to Miss Rifka. She is a kind and happy teacher that always brings smile to our class. I want to share to you guys is this: the benefit, pros, and cons of human cloning. Before we start, I want to share to you guys why I pick human cloning. The reason I pick human cloning is because it may be helpful for the future reference of scientists, and mm, it can be bring a lot of meaning in our futuristic life, because in the future we must create a better something better, a product that can bring have that can bring something helpful to the humanity. So if you don't get what I mean, you can start. uh, you must follow this presentation. So first, I want to tell to you guys what exactly is cloning. Cloning is the process of creation of genetically identical person from either a living or dead person is known as human cloning. Uh, from this, as you can see from from this presentation, from this page, uh, cloning is like copy paste ourselves to become identical person from ourselves. Either it can be from living or dead person. If living is like we create ourselves, uh, like in the X-Men or maybe Avengers like that, and or that person is like we creating something from the dead. It's like uh Jurassic Park, in the film of Jurassic Park. And how exactly cloning works? The technique of cloning. The most common technique used in human cloning is somatic cell nuclear transfer. Under this technique, the nucleus of an egg cell taken from a donor is removed. Then the original cell gets fused with another cell of same genetic material to be cloned. Another technique used is parthenogenesis. Though I don't know what the meaning of parthenogenesis, and from the journal I get, I don't know anything it said nothing about it. But what I know from the technique is cloning is like when we take a somatic cell if we take a cell, then we uh fuse with another cell of the same genetic material, then put it in the put it to some in outbreeding, what is called lah, some like that. Then it can be done of cloning. Then this is the main part of my presentation, the benefit of cloning. What is exactly we get for our gain from human cloning? First is rejuvenation. If I pronounce it right, rejuvenation, it's like here, wait a sec. It has been uh, it has been found that the production of clone tissues will be helpful in making aging people look young. According to Dr. Richard, one of the leading proponents of human cloning technology, one day it should be possible to reverse the aging process. From the journal I found, it says it can be making aging people look young. So what I think it's like we can from our old people, like in people in the 60s or in the 70s that still have great brain, we can make them look or maybe make them younger to become more productive again and uh yeah, make a better for humanity. The second is heart attack treatment. From the title itself, it can help the treatment of a heart attack. Today, heart attack is the number one killer in developed as well developing countries. Scientists believe that by cloning healthy heart cell, then injecting them to the damaged heart area, they can treat heart attacks. Yeah, I think it's true, and it maybe can bring a lot of help the heart for the heart attack treatment. And the third is human stem cells. What is that? It has been experimented that nascent cells can be grown to produce human organs or tissues. It's like it can be used for repairing or maybe replacing the damaged part of organs. It's also from you can see in the point number 5 is can be used in surgeries too, so it can what we call it's connected to surgeries, procedure of surgeries. And the fourth is infertility treatment. I don't know what it means, but it's maybe oh here it is. uh the success rate of during infertility treatment is very low. Further, the couple has to go through tormenting process with a small chance of getting a child. So it's like we help some couples that uh can can't help can't have children like that. So yeah, it can make a happy family. And defective genes. What is defective genes is estimate what we call uh it's like when we have i- I don't want to be a racist, but an autism and something like that, we can repair that, or maybe replacing some defective genes and mm, make a superhuman maybe and make a better person from the inside. The next is pros and cons of cloning. Cons of cloning. Barack Obama said it or human cloning is dangerous, profoundly wrong, and has no place in our society or any society. Well, Barack Obama, you are right. You are right. First of all, nobody can guarantee that human cloning won't be exploited by people for their vested interests. Criminals, for instance, may use clone for unethical practice or to elude the law enforcement authorities. It may seem like ideas straight out of a sci-fi film, but the chance of this cannot be ruled out. Yeah, I think is yeah we get benefit from cloning, but something is always carry the plus and the minus part of it. In the pros of cloning, as far as therapeutic cloning is concerned, its pros seems to have a slight advantage over its cons. That, however, cannot be said about reproductive cloning, wherein too many ifs and buts are involved. There are also exist concepts such as replacement cloning, wherein a clone of previously living person can be created, and persistent cloning, wherein the clone body can be created to do away the process of aging. Uh, Yeah, it can be helpful to humanity, but what I want to deliver to you guys about this presentation is human cloning is a study, not a study, is exactly a research that can bring a lot of benefit to human, but also it can be bring a lot of destruction for humanity. For instance, like the cons of cloning, it may be right to have human cloning, like if we resurrect or maybe created another Muhammad Ali and bring him to life and also make him a criminal. What chance we have to fight a Muhammad Ali that have the strong of 10 people, the strength of 10 people. But also, if we create another Muhammad Ali to become a motivator, what chance we can create a better society for the people. And also, in the pros and cons of cloning, it may other and another country, a lot of country maybe still against it because the risk and something like that. Because if human cloning is bring with a good scientist, it may be bring a lot of benefit to the humanity. But if it carried by a bad scientist, then a bad scientist, it can be brought to the destruction of humanity. But also there's a lot of religion that against it because human cloning is against the law of the God. So I hope you guys get what I mean. Human cloning is good, but there's a good part of cloning, then there's a bad part of cloning. And I hope we get something from my presentation and be a good scientist. Goodbye everyone. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.